I'm going to make a bird's nest ring. So what we need to make a bird's nest ring, today I'm going to use, these are 3mm turquoise beads. Okay, to make the bird's nest, it's a little different. I'm going to use a bit more wire. I'd say probably 1.5 feet. Okay, or 2 feet if you want to make a bigger nest. String your beads on. I'm using 24 gauge. Gold artistic wire. It's dead soft, but again, you can use half hard. It's whatever you feel that you'd like to work with, or whatever you have it on hand. Now I'm gonna guide these beads a little further in. Okay, alright, I want to leave quite a long tail. I'm leaving probably about 3/4 of a foot tail. Okay, now I'm gonna squeeze my 3 beads together as I did in the other video. It's exactly the same for making the bird's nest. So I'm going to circle, circle, circle. As you see, I'm starting to make a little nest. The longer the wire, the bigger the nest. But make sure that your wire matches the size of your beads. If you have a very thick wire, it just won't string through your beads, and it's going to take away from the look of it. A delicate bird's nest is really what you'd prefer for a ring, unless you want a huge ring, which you could easily do that as well. Okay, so now I'm just going to start anchoring. I'm gathering these wires together and threading this through. Again, this is already detailed in the bird's nest video, so you can always go back to that one. Again, I'm going a circle. I'm going to start anchoring on the other side. A couple times through. Keep going, and you make sure that you have a bit of a string left. Okay, you're going to need a bit of wire left, is what I'm trying to say, because this is what you're going to use to anchor it to your ring base. Okay, so now I'm getting close to finishing this charm. I'm doing the finishing touches. I'm pushing the wires together. I'm shaping it the way I like until I get what I like, and we all have differences. Some people like it a little bit more messy, some people like it a little bit neater. Whatever you like, do it that way. Now I've anchored it pretty well, and I have my other wire here. I'm going the other way, and I'm just going to anchor that as well. Now what I want is I want to draw my wires so that they're pretty much on the sides of this charm, okay, to center it. Okay, so now it's dead soft. You can use half hard if you like. I do suggest to make the ring part to use dead soft. It gives you more working space so that you don't overwork the wire and snap it. This is 20 gauge, just regular artistic wire, and it's about 1 foot as well. So first thing we do, as usual, is we take on your ring mandrel. Okay, so say I want to do a size 7 ring. I'm going to go one size up, so I'm going to go to the size 8. Okay, that's where I'm going to wrap my. So I'm going to go across like this, and I've shown how to do this in how to make a ring. The only difference is we don't have a stone on this, so we're just going to take the wire and wrap it around a few times, as many times as you like. It really depends upon how thick you like to wear your rings, but do remember to leave tails. Enough tails so that you can wrap it around. So what I have here is a nice tight wrap. I've wrapped it about 4 times. Okay, so basically I've just wrapped it around and just careful not to cross it. Okay, now I have the beginnings of a ring. Slip that off, and this is what I have. Okay, simple as tucking the wires in under there. Now the difference when you don't have a stone is you can easily just draw the whole wire through, so you have to make sure you stabilize it with your fingers and then start to tuck it through. Once you have an anchor, it will be okay. Now, if it's not beautiful underneath, that's okay, because the bird's nest is going to sit right there anyhow, on top of it. So that's 1, 2, 3 or 4 will do it. The only reason why you want to do it 3 or 4, it's really just to anchor it so that your ring doesn't fall apart. Okay? And when you're doing this, you'll notice that your wires want to separate. So again, try and hold on to it. You can always fix it later on. Okay, and now I'm going to the other side. Okay, pulling tight, and again, 3 rings. Okay, now a little messy on the top, but again, that's fine. If we have a few loops available, that's good, because we want to weave the ring, the bird's nest, right onto the ring. Okay? Now, trim it as close as possible to so it's flush, so no pokes are coming out. Again, if anything is poking, use a file, or try and trim it as much as possible as well. So I'm going to tighten this up with my crimps so that we have a nice tight snug fit. And if the wires are separating a bit, we can easily just squeeze them together, as long as it's comfortable for your finger. Okay, so goes on your finger, it's fine. Make sure there's no sharp edges. Put it back on your ring mandrel. And at this point, you can give it a little tap with your hammer just to make it a bit stronger. It's not necessary, but either way. Now you have your ring.